What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Very late. 2 a.m. You already know what time it is. Let's go over our prediction, our plans for tomorrow. By the way, everybody, I'm recording a video. Just blowing up out of nowhere. There we go. So, for tomorrow's plan is very simple. For those that are watching this in the morning, we're going to make this a very quick video. We bought calls on Friday, basically Wednesday. Tomorrow's going to be Friday. We bought calls on Tuesday. We want to see this market run above 590, 593. We want to sell out around 594. If you continue to blast upwards, 596 is the last point we want to sell at the options, right before the high of 599, right? Again, if you continue to get on top of 599, we'll play the calls right above this purple zone here, straight up to this yellow zone here. If we can't get above, we'll just play the puts somewhere in the midpoint, 593, 596. And that's the main idea for tomorrow. The idea is that we're going to start flowing upwards on top of the 200 moving average. And that's pretty much all. I'll start switching to different charts so you can see the ideas that we have across the board. Again, this is supply and demand zones, right? This chart is going to be chart number 2. This prioritizes the reversals, right? All the levels are on the side here, so if you want to pause the video just to look at all the levels on the side, you can go ahead. Again, we're right about here. As long as we stay above these orange lines, I can see us run into these green lines right here. If we get shot below these orange lines, you're going to hit somewhere near these red lines. Again, this is chart number 2. This is yesterday's prediction and the day before. Again, everything pretty much worked out so far, so we're going to keep having the same little pattern here. This is chart number 7. This is our idea on the side. This one's very simple. 589.50 and above. We're going to play the calls to 591.90, 593.70, and then 596.20. Level after level after level. Most likely what's going to happen is a run from 589.50 to 591.90. Potentially even up to 593.70, and then you get sold right back off to 591.90, maybe even falling down to 589.50 before you get shot right back up to the 596s, 599s. Again, zigging and zagging, that's exactly how a market moves, up and down, not just one direction, right? Aside from this one prediction, I'm thinking we're going to open up around 592, 593. We're going to sell out of our options around 593, 594, and then get the puts around this top end here. That's my main plan. Going on to the Darp chart, which is the short-term monthly Darp chart, right? As long as we stay above 588, you can see us push above to 592, and then potentially 593. I could see us getting shot down around 593, 594. So we're still going to look for puts around that area. Just be on the lookout, right? On monthly Darp chart version 2, this is our idea. We created our new plan for the next week. This is pretty much just for Friday, and then on Monday we're going to create a whole new plan, right? Let's go on to the perfect consolidation zone chart. These zones, very simply, everybody, they're about $7 in between. The one thing you'll notice is that since we're using such an odd number, it produces results that are actually kind of helpful. Think about it. With chaos, there's oftentimes something that's very simplified, very organized, and with that organization, it either breeds chaos, or in the chaos there is actually something that is organized. It's kind of like the parallels of the universe, right? Very hard to explain, very hard to kind of organized in terms of a thought here, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. For the flow, this chart is just looking at flow. We're trying to see if this is going to flow upwards or start flowing downwards. And we have some of the ideas right here on the side if you look at the text. Going on to our next bigger chart. This is your all-time Darp chart. Anywhere below 579 flat, we're going to play the puts. Looking at this chart as well. This chart states anywhere below 578 puts to 565. For now, we're going to continuously play calls on this line right here. Just like how we've been doing so the whole entire week, where we timed first, $23 jump. Second, a $19 jump. And third, what we're thinking is going to be a $13 jump. So we'll see. On this chart right here, very simple. Anywhere below 584 puts. Anywhere above 589.81 calls. You can see all the other lines in between that pretty much show you exactly how the market's been moving. And it's pretty well. It's going pretty well, right? It followed this almost perfectly. Got sold off right from the top. So we'll see how this works out next week. Remember, anywhere below 584.90 puts. You can see this fall into 578.30s. Going on to your YouTube demonstration chart. This one so far is working out really well. If we stay above 586, calls to 593. We already went over this chart as well. As long as we stay above 585, calls to 589, and then calls to 593. Once again, I'll show you the more perfected chart, which is basically the same version of this. Just a little bit more well refined, right? As you can see, as long as we hold above 587.90 calls, anywhere below that puts. 1 to 3 day puts, anywhere above 8 to 15 day calls, straight up to the midpoint. First, I think we're going to run to 593, then the midpoint of 599, 601, and then to the top of 611. That's under construction. For XRP, I think we're going to start to sell off around February's time frame, March's time frame. April, May, I believe we're going to hit another high. So watch out for crypto. Let's minimize this right here. Let's minimize this. We'll look at gold in a second here. We'll look at this in a second here. Next chart I would like to look at is your wedge charts real quick. Across the board, everybody. Look at where we're at. Look at what the charts are saying. Pause them if you need some extra information. Anywhere above 590 calls to 595, everybody. Anywhere below 583, put straight down. This is the same chart as the other one. 587.90 calls. Anywhere below, puts. This one's actually amazing right here. Look at how well this one has been working out ever since this date right here. December 11th, right? Absolutely perfect. A little off here and there, but I'm not going to lie. The bigger ends, the bigger trends have been absolutely perfect, which if it follows the bottom one, this states that this is actually going to run straight up to 614, 620, and then get sold off. So we'll see. Look at this one as well. This one's amazing. We already hit the first target. We hit the second target. Third target's going to be right down here. Then the fourth target. If not, I would like to see the third target and fourth target up here get hit. So it's just a waiting game at this point, everybody. This level right here is 586.20. Anywhere below puts, anywhere above calls. Same thing with this level right here. Anywhere above 589, 587.90. Just like that other chart. Calls, anywhere below puts. Again, that's all your wedges right there, straight off the top. Let's start with Nvidia here. We had a really nice prediction last week. We said that this is going to run up to the 138 level, then fall right off, get sold off. If it gets above, it's going to run to that white box, white circle. That's exactly what happened. Even ran to the purple one. Now that we're down here, we got some calls for Friday. We're trying to see if this is going to run up to 143, if not 146. Simple as that. We have another NVIDIA chart here. We just want to run up to 146 again on this second chart right here. We even have an AMD chart. Very similar levels like NVIDIA. As long as it holds around 123, you're going to see this run up to 162. Let's go and move on to the futures. Actually, no, let's do Tesla. For Tesla, anywhere above 394, 395 calls to 460. That's pretty much it for Tesla. Simple as that. Now we can move on to gold. For gold, if you hold above 2694, you're going to see this run up to 2711. If it holds above 2711, you can see a run up to 2728. Sorry. Anywhere below 2694, play the short side straight down to 2680. That's all for the short term. If you want to see this have a bigger leg in one direction, I would say this is going to fall now right back down to the midpoint. After it falls to the midpoint, this is probably going to fall right back down to at least 2653. After that, it's going to run right back to the midpoint. So again, everybody, it's going to fall from here straight to here, then straight down to around here, then to here. Going to the Euro charts, I want to see this hold around this low end down here and then run right back up to the two targets that we have at the top. We're going to sell out of this around 9:30 in the morning tomorrow. That's the main idea. We have one more chart for SPY. This one's very simple. If you hold above 586, you're going to run to 593. We already went over the gold chart. We can go over oil. For oil, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to see this run straight up above the previous high, get around 75, then get sold off to 74, continue this bullish trend straight up to the top, making that new high. If not, we want to see this get sold off, hit somewhere around 70.16, and then get bought up to the top around 79.80s. Going to platinum futures, anywhere above 988.1, you want to play the call side or the long side straight up to 1040.2. Anywhere above that, you want to continue to play the long side to about 1107. If you can't get above 988.1, play the short side straight down to 935. I believe that is all for the rest of the video. Let me see. Went over this, went over this, went over this. We can go over maybe Bitcoin real quick. And that's the end of the video, everybody. Let's see. For Bitcoin, we would simply like to see this start running above this midpoint right here at 99,500. Once we get above that midpoint, we want to see this run above to 11 flat. 100,011, right? 111,000. Once we get above that, we want to run up to 121,000, which again, I'm thinking is going to happen around February to May. So just be on the lookout. Aside from all these names and tickers, going back to SPY really quick one more time, just to give you that same information from the beginning. Calls straight up above the 200 moving average. Then we're going to play the puts going below it one last time, where we're going to then switch into the 3-day, 5-day calls, playing the calls right above it once more for 100 to 200% gain. Again, I'm telling you this ahead of time before it happens. We're going to be posting the gains on the YouTube community section, so make sure you be on the lookout for that. Aside from that, everybody, good luck. I'll see you there tomorrow, and that's it.